Okay, so picture this. It's Friday night, you've got friends coming over, and you're gonna break out the playing cards. But here's the thing. These aren't your typical bicycle or Hoyle decks.
Right.
We are going way beyond kings and queens, folks. We are diving deep into a world where the Jack of Spades could be some kind of mythical creature, the Ace of Hearts, maybe a national flower.
Totally.
That's right. Today we are talking Chilean playing cards.
I'm excited.
We've got articles, their website. We even dug up some survey data for this one.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Our mission, we are figuring out why these cards have become so wildly popular and what they reveal about Chilean culture and identity.
And I think what's fascinating about this is how the project manages to be both playful and profound at the same time,
Yeah.
It's just a good reminder that even everyday objects, like a simple deck of cards, can become powerful symbols of cultural expression.
That is so true. And it all started, I believe, back in 2018 with a graphic designer, Claudio Díaz. Legend has it, he was hanging out with friends, playing cards, and inspiration struck.
As it does.
And he was like, why not a deck of cards that truly captures the spirit of Chile? And that simple thought just sparked this cultural phenomenon.
It really is true. And I love that he didn't just slap a Chilean flag on a standard deck and call it a day,
Yeah.
He went deep. Each card is like this little mini celebration of something uniquely Chilean. Imagine, instead of the Queen of Hearts, you've got like a moai from Easter Island staring back at you.
Oh, wow.
It's so cool.
That's amazing. It's really incredible. It's a visual journey through Chilean culture, wouldn't you say?
100%. And the best part,
What's the best part? Tell me.
you don't just get to admire Claudio's creations.
Yeah.
You get to curate your own deck.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah, so you choose your suits, you choose your jokers. It's like you're building your own little Chile card by card.
I love that.
It's so cool. And it's brilliant. It taps into our desire for individuality,
Right.
to express ourselves through the choices that we make.
Yes.
But then it also invites this deeper engagement with Chilean culture because you have to learn about the options in order to choose. Right?
That's so true. And the options, let me tell you, they're incredible. We're talking suits that represent everything. From, like, the striking beauty of the calpihu flower. That's Chile's national flower.
Beautiful.
To the whimsy, the playfulness of volantines, those Chilean kites.
I love those.
Have you seen those?
Yes.
They're so cool.
So vibrant.
Yes, and we can't talk about Chilean culture without
Right.
talking about the food.
Absolutely.
And of course, empanadas had to be a suit, but there are also humitas.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know about those.
Those are like savory steamed corn cakes.
Okay, now I'm hungry.
Right. This is what I love. Delicious and educational all at the same time.
I'm into it.
But it's not just the suits that are fascinating. The jokers are next level. Okay, so we're talking mythical figures like the Trauco. Have you heard of this
I
one?
don't think so.
This mischievous forest creature who lures people into the woods.
Oh, no.
I know. Or the Pincoya, a mermaid who brings good luck to fishermen.
Okay, I like her better.
And if your taste leans more towards like historical icons,
Yeah.
there's Gabriela Mistral, the incredible Nobel Prize winning poet, or Violeta Parra, a legend of Chilean folk music.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is where it becomes more than just a game, don't you think?
Right.
These cards are conversation starters.
Yes.
A way to share Chilean culture with anyone who sits down at the table with you.
I love that. And speaking of sharing,
Yeah.
our research mentions how this project has actually become a really cool way to support Chilean artists and designers, too.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So cool.
I love that. Yeah, it sparked this whole movement.
Yeah.
People are buying these decks not just to play with,
Right.
but also to collect, to display in their homes.
Yep.
It's a form of cultural expression, a way to just put their pride in their heritage
Yeah.
on display.
Right. It's like this Chilean playing card multiverse. This whole idea of personalization has even sparked a Chilean playing cards multiverse. It's a collaborative project. They've got all these different artists working on it. They have so many different editions. A taxi edition with those black and yellow designs. A glitter edition, super vibrant, psychedelic even.
Oh.
And for folks who love that minimalist aesthetic, they have a red and black edition. Or the Oro Tinto edition, that's wine red and gold, evokes Chile's winemaking
I
tradition.
really thought of everything.
I know!
Wow.
They even have a dispersion edition. All the icons are made up of dots. It's incredible.
That sounds really cool.
And for those of us who are like, ooh, I want to try before I buy, or maybe I can't choose which design I like the best. There's even a printable version available.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know, right?
That is very cool.
Okay, so we've talked about what these incredible cards and the how, personalized decks, different editions.
Right.
But let's get into the why.
Yes, the big why.
What do these cards and the choices people are making tell us about Chilean identity?
Such a good question.
I'm ready for some expert insights.
All right, let's dive in.
What are we seeing in those surveys?
Okay.
What are the most popular choices?
So when we look at the data, we see some really fascinating patterns emerge. The most popular suits, they kind of consistently revolve around a few themes. Nature, we see the copy hue flower a lot, and those volunteers. Iconic landmarks like the Moai.
Makes sense.
Oh, and of course, gotta have food, right? Empanadas, always ranking high.
I mean, yeah. It seems like there's this deep appreciation for Chile's natural beauty, its unique history, and of course the incredible food.
Of course.
But what about the jokers? What can you tell us about those popular choices? What are the stories there?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
The Huaso, the Chilean cowboy, basically. Always at the top of the list. And it makes sense, right? This embodiment of independence, tradition, connection to the land.
Yeah, I can see why that would resonate with people.
Exactly. Then you've got the condor, the symbol of freedom, of power, just soaring above it all. And the chinchinero, the street musician, embodiment of Chilean folklore, that universal joy of music.
I'm noticing like a theme here of folklore mythology.
Oh yeah, for sure. Figures like the trauco,
Yeah.
mischievous forest creature,
I love it.
and the Indio Picaro, this trickster figure, always super popular, which suggests this continued fascination with Chilean legends and storytelling traditions.
Yeah, it's like these choices are really giving us this glimpse into like the soul of Chilean culture, wouldn't you say? This deep connection to nature, the reverence for tradition, but also this very playful spirit.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's so compelling because it's not just about like preserving these elements of Chilean culture.
Right.
It's about making them relevant to right now, to the present moment.
I'm curious, looking at these survey results, what did you find most surprising? Were there any choices that you were like, oh, wow, I didn't expect that to be so popular?
You know what was interesting to me?
Yeah.
The volantine, the kites, it's not like the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
When you think about like iconic Chilean symbols, but clearly it holds this very special place in people's hearts.
You know, now that you say that, I'm thinking back to those cards, those designs.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're so playful, so colorful. It does evoke that sense of childhood wonder. Makes you want to run outside, fly a kite.
Yes, totally. And I think that speaks to what's so special about this whole project.
That's that.
It's tapping into these like shared experiences, these collective memories that just resonate across generations.
It's like each card tells a story, right?
Yeah.
And by choosing which stories to include in your deck, you're expressing like your own personal connection to Chilean culture, your own interpretation, which I think is really cool. And I love that this project is constantly evolving.
Yep.
They're doing these online surveys, they're collaborating with artists, all these new editions coming out, keeps the conversation going.
Right.
Chilean playing cards, they remain this really dynamic reflection of Chilean identity.
Yeah, it's a snapshot of a culture that's constantly evolving,
Yeah.
finding new ways to express itself.
So for our listeners, what does all of this mean? For those of us who have been on this journey with us, absorbing all this cool information,
Yeah.
what would you say is the key takeaway here?
I think it really just highlights the power of creative expression to connect us to a culture.
Okay.
Whether it's our own heritage or culture that we're just starting to learn about.
Right.
These cards offer a really tangible, engaging way to connect with the heart of what makes a culture unique.
It's not just about the game itself, right? It's about the stories behind the cards, the conversations they start,
That's it.
the connections that are made around those tables, and it really makes you think, what would my ideal Chilean playing cards deck include?
I love that.
What stories would I choose?
That is such a good question.
And for anyone listening who's feeling inspired, wants to explore these incredible cards, maybe build a deck,
Yeah.
where can they go to dive deeper?
Oh, definitely check out naipechileno.com. That's NAIPECHILENO.com.
Perfect.
Get ready to be amazed. You will not be disappointed.
And on that note, we're going to wrap up another deep dive. Hopefully everyone listening is feeling inspired, informed, and maybe even a little more connected to the vibrant culture of Chile, one card at a time.
One card at a time.
Until next time, happy shuffling. It really does make you think about how much, depth and meaning can be packed into something as simple as a deck of cards.
Right. It really is a testament to the power of design and creativity, I think.
Yeah.
How they've taken this very commonplace object and transformed it into this, like, canvas for cultural exploration
Yeah.
and celebration.
And for our listeners, even if you're not like a diehard card game enthusiast, I still think there's something so inspiring about this whole project.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's this great reminder that culture isn't static, right?
Right.
It's living, it's breathing, it evolves, it finds new ways to express itself. And maybe it even inspires us to look at our own cultural traditions with fresh eyes and find new creative ways to share them with the world.
That's a beautiful way to put it. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Chilean playing cards, I think it's safe to say that these are way more than just a game.
Yeah.
They're a testament to the power of creativity, a celebration of cultural identity, and just a good reminder that sometimes, in the most unexpected places, we can find these incredible stories just waiting to be discovered.
Waiting to be discovered, exactly. And who knows, you might even learn a little something about yourself along the way.
Ooh, I like that. Now that is a thought to ponder. Until next time, everyone, keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and keep those cards shuffling.